Hello, Millikin. It's Patrick Hoban, Millikin alumni, back again, this time to talk about Twitter best practices. So I actually planned on waiting on this, but I just came across on my feed a pretty good example that can help you guys build your following on Twitter and again, help you build your brand. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to our feed, back again on Feedly, just scrolling across and I forgot to mention, normally in order to establish buy-in, I always tell the story about how I trick Forbes into following me on Twitter. As you can see, Forbes follows about 5,200 people in the world. I'm one of them, and this is actually how I did it. So one of the companies that I call or follow is called TechCrunch. So in order to add something to Feedly, you come down here, you hit the plus button, and you can just crank in whatever you're searching for. TechCrunch is awesome when you're looking to follow new startups. So here's a cool story. Whenever you see somebody getting, like here's another one up here, TaxFix raises some money. If you see a startup get some funding, a real easy way to get some followers or even just get some conversation going with that startup is to just tell them congrats. So again, if you don't want to use Buffer, you can come over here to just Twitter link, direct shot to them. If you click through on this, it'll take you to the article itself. And this is an opportunity where you can actually tag the author too. So this is S. O'Hare for this one. And another thing before you make a tweet, find out where the company's actual Twitter page is. You can see these guys are fairly new. They've only done about 99 tweets. They're in London, got about 100 and, or actually only 98 followers. So this will be a good opportunity for a startup company to say hi, congrats, and a lot of times they'll respond back because they're excited, just as excited about the news. Another thing that you can do is to stay on topic when you're on Twitter. So to do that, you just go underneath Explore, check out what's trending. If you don't have any content to share, you can always talk about what everybody else is talking about. If you think about this as a conversation amongst friends, if everybody is talking about Tiger King, stay on topic on Tiger King. Don't just come run in and say, look at me, I'm an awesome economic developer. There's a really good book out there. I think it's called Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vee that talks about how you're supposed to speak the language, talk about what everybody else is talking about most of the time. Then every now and again, you slip in a story about here's what I do. So for instance, with this, I thought it was kind of neat. Today is actually National High Five Day. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to kind of work that hashtag into our post, and we'll do that. Let's see, so Sprout AI. So what we're going to do, we know that their Twitter account, oh, come on, Zoom. Zoom's getting in the way right now. Let me minimize this, sorry. So yeah, Sprout's Twitter account is Sprout AI. So we're going to come down there, make sure that is it. Yes, hit the @ sign. Then we'll say virtual high five to Sprouts on, what was it, National High Five Day for raising $2.5 million to speed up insurance claims. Let's do a hashtag on insurance too, just because that's its own topic. And then we will do a via TechCrunch. And the author was S.O. O'Hare. So we'll go back there, put that in there. Oops. All right. You can also see that I have Grammarly going. This is a really cool tool. If you guys install it, it'll correct your grammar. I'm terrible at grammar. So this has been a lifesaver for me when I'm writing business papers. It's another tool we can go into another time, but you can actually format it in a way to let it know what style you're writing for. If it's supposed to be like creative or for business, more of a government style, which I write in a lot. It'll customize the grammar for those needs. Make sure TechCrunch is right. For some reason, I think that could be something else. Oh, TechCrunch is TechCrunch. Okay, cool. So we've got The story shared, I did read through the story already. So virtual high five to Sprout AI on National High Five Day for raising $2.5 million to speed up insurance claims via TechCrunch. And on here, so we tag the author, tag the news publisher, and we've got the actual company itself. And we'll go ahead and tweet that now. So then we will go back and take a look at my Twitter for some other best practices. See if that went through. Yep, there it is. So from that, we tagged multiple people in there who worked in one of the trending items of the day. Gave these guys a shout out for getting some funding, which is always cool. And some other best practices. Same thing, profile picture, make it something that has to do with something you're passionate about, your background. Obviously, me, a big Notre Dame fan. Professional picture, that would in here, what's in here. I also put in hashtags for where I have my certifications. I always follow a rule of 3 for most things. It doesn't matter if I'm writing or talking points, whatnot. I always try to work in 3 separate things. And then also the link. So right back to your LinkedIn profile, because this is where you want to drive most of your people. Twitter for me is a way to have conversations with a variety of people. Follow most of my news comes from here quicker than it gets to regular news sources. But it's also, I'm a big Bears fan, Notre Dame football, of course. So it's fun to interact with some of the celebrities that are on here. They do write back a lot of times, maybe not so much anymore. I'm not as adamant on Twitter as I used to be. In the beginning, it was all about, like I said, building up this brand, getting known for social media. But the technique that I just showed you, I'm actually scrolling through here. There's other ones that we could do as well. Any news story that you're seeing can be flipped over. A lot of the times now, I spend a lot of my time on Twitter actually promoting the Bloomington Normal Economic Development Council, but this is a way you can promote yourself. Another thing that I've done in the past is by creating lists. And when you do create lists, it'll actually notify the people, or used to notify the people that you've created a list with them. So celebrity-wise, I put people on there. If you just want to dive deeper into the celebrities that you follow themselves, same thing for, I actually tracked all of my Lions football players when I was a football coach, just to make sure they weren't posting anything inappropriately. Again, can't stress that enough. Whenever you're on Twitter, treat it as if everyone in the world is watching, because we are. We're going to interview you someday. We're going to look up all your social media accounts. And word of advice is that if you get in an argument with anybody on any social media, people don't really care who wins or loses. They just see 2 idiots arguing. That's in person, that's online. So just try to avoid it. I mean, use this as an opportunity to promote yourself, to promote news that's in your field, and just tag people, tag your friends. Same thing goes whenever you're doing the thing with LinkedIn, where if you find some news that you think somebody would be interested in, tag them on it. But this is one way that you can, take somebody else's information, somebody else's articles, share it, congratulate them, tag the writers. A lot of times the writers will write back, and the companies do as well. So I've actually had some startups that follow me. I've had some magazines that follow me. But then again, my biggest one that I always brag about in a lot of interviews is the fact that Forbes, and they still follow me today, even though it's been a while since they originally started following me. So I think that's it for now for Twitter best practices. Next, we'll probably talk about blogging itself, so creating our own content to share, and maybe dive into some of the things you can do with Instagram and some apps you can combine to create your own memes, and maybe even get into how we can chop up some of the videos like the one I'm making right now in order to generate content as well. So let's exit out of this. Again, if you guys have any questions, comments, send them to Candace. Put them in the section below. I'll try to address them in the next video. And if you got any suggestions, let me know. But until then, we'll see you next time.